Imagine waking up one morning, stepping outside your house, and finding a brand new road cutting right through your land. No permission, no paperwork, just asphalt running across property you paid for, maintained, and lived on. That's exactly what happened to me. At first, I thought it was a mistake. Maybe a construction crew took a wrong turn. But when I confronted them, they casually said, "The HOA approved it." My jaw dropped. The HOA had decided that my property was the perfect shortcut for the neighborhood, and they went ahead without even knocking on my door. I had always respected community rules, but this crossed every boundary. That road wasn't just an inconvenience, it was an invasion. Strangers started driving past my home, kids on bikes cut through, and even delivery trucks used it like a public street. My private land had been turned into a highway overnight, and everyone acted like it was completely normal. But deep down, I knew something was very wrong, and I wasn't about to let it slide. The more I looked into it, the worse it got. The HOA claimed they had the right of way, even though there was nothing in my deed or records that gave them permission. They spoke to me like I was the problem for questioning their decision. I wasn't just upset, I was furious. I built a simple barricade across the road, nothing fancy, just enough to stop cars from treating my property like an interstate. Within hours, I got angry knocks on my door. HOA board members stood there with smug expressions, demanding I remove the blockade. They said I was violating community rules and creating a hazard. I reminded them calmly that it was my land, not theirs. Their response? Threats of fines and legal action. That was the moment I realized this wasn't just about a road. This was about control. They wanted to remind me that they called the shots. But I wasn't scared. In fact, I was ready to take this fight further than they ever imagined. Not long after I got the letter, the HOA had officially sued me. They wanted a judge to force me to remove the barricade and allow unrestricted access through my property. Reading those words felt unreal. They trespassed, they built illegally, and now they were suing me for protecting my own land? My neighbors whispered about it, some supporting me quietly, others siding with the HOA. I felt like the villain in a community I had lived in peacefully for years. My first thought was fear. Court battles are expensive, and HOAs are known to drag things out. But then something shifted inside me. I remembered my rights. Property law was clear. No easement, no right-of-way, no road. The HOA had overstepped, and now they were about to learn a very painful lesson. I hired a lawyer, gathered all my documents, and prepared for the showdown. If they wanted a fight, they picked the wrong homeowner. Court day came, and the HOA board members strutted in with confidence. They acted like they had already won. But as evidence piled up, their case crumbled. The deed showed no mention of a road, no easement, and no legal basis for their construction. My lawyer highlighted how they trespassed, violated my property rights, and endangered my family by turning private land into a public path. You could see the board members' faces shift from arrogance to panic. The judge didn't hold back either. He questioned their authority, their decisions, and their complete lack of respect for private ownership. The HOA realized too late that they had no leg to stand on. Not only did the judge dismiss their lawsuit, but he also warned them about further violations. That moment felt like justice. The room was silent, except for the sound of their pride shattering into pieces. After the ruling, I didn't just remove the barricade. I built a permanent gate with a clear sign, "Private property, no access." From that day on, the HOA was officially banned from ever using my land again. The road they built? It ended at a dead stop, useless and embarrassing for the entire board. Neighbors started whispering a different story now, about how one homeowner stood up and won against the mighty HOA. I wasn't looking for fame or attention. I only wanted respect for what was mine. This battle wasn't about money or power, it was about principle. The HOA had tried to bully me, but instead, they exposed their own corruption. And as I locked that gate for the first time, I smiled. Because now, every car that turned away, every board member who had to explain the failure, and every neighbor who saw the useless road was reminded of one simple truth. My land, my rules. This was just one of many wild neighborhood stories. If you enjoyed it, Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the bell, because here at QZ Stories, we bring you the craziest tales of revenge, justice, and neighborhood drama every week. Don't miss the next one. It might just be even more